Let's take a look at the Canon PowerShot A470. Now this camera is designed for the beginner or someone who just wants a simple camera that's not very large, inexpensive. It's a Canon, so it's got great lenses and also amazing color saturation. And they just want something they can just keep on auto, keep with them all the time, and snap pictures. 7.1 megapixels. We have a 3.4x zoom. So you can brag to your friends who have other cameras from different brands who have a 3x zoom and be like, yeah, I've heard of 3x. Mine's a 3.4. So, that's bragging rights. That's worth easily $200. Bragging rights. Don't you think so? Well, and maybe in our world for computers and that sort of thing. Cameras is my world too. 2.5-inch screen on the back as well. Now, this thing's extremely simple to use. You see we have the wheel here on the back, and we have a few control functions here. Now, one thing I like about the wheel is we have an automatic mode. As you can see, it's in that right now. And we also have something that's automatic with some manual settings. Now, when it's in the automatic mode, a lot of these settings are inaccessible. You can't get to them, you can't change things, you can't get lost. That's the main thing. A lot of people, they use the camera, they give it to somebody else, and it's got all kinds of buttons, and they get lost. They go, oh no, it's pink now. Why is it pink? How did I get it? What did I do? I pressed something. Oh no, it's so zoomed in, all I can see is your nostrils flaring. What do I do? Bill, come here, help me. And then you have to go help them. Well, just turn the camera to the auto mode, then a lot of those features are locked, and it's not going to turn black and white or sepia or purple or anything like that, which it does. If you put it in the manual mode, you have a few more controls at your fingertips. There's also some scene modes too, and I'll encourage you guys to check those out as well. Now, in the manual modes, we have access to all sorts of things here. Now, if we open up the menu here just by pressing the function button up here, you can see we can change the different settings. If you go on down, let me show you how we can change that's the exposure bracketing. If you want to make it a little darker or brighter, we can do that. Beneath that, we have the ISO. This goes all the way up to 1600 for nighttime shots. It does get a little grainy. Kind of looks artistic if you ask me, but at the lower ISOs, it's nice and smooth. Like, take a look at this picture here I took outdoors. That's at a lower ISO. That means it's lower sensitivity, good for bright light environments where there's already light there. It doesn't need to add its own light. You can see that the sky is nice and blue as well. Moving on down here, we have our different shooting modes as far as, we have macro and infinity. You can put it on a timer as well. Beneath that, actually this is the timer mode right here, and we also have continuous shooting mode where you can just do like a burst mode and hold it down. This is great for people who are playing sports. You just hold the button down and it just keeps snapping over and over. Moving on down here, we have our different color options here. You can do sepia, black and white, and some other color options. You can even program your own custom color options as well. There's the black and white. There we go, custom color. So you can program your own, set it up however you like it. And then here's our quality settings. So you can see it's easy to use. And then when you come out of the function menu here, we can change your flash here, turn it on and off. Up here on the top, that's your zoom. That's your zoom back. So very simple there as well. And then over here, this allows you to go from macro to the, I guess that's the, I call it infinity, but I think they call it, what do they call it? Yeah, they do call it infinity. Some cameras don't call it infinity. They call it like the normal mode. Well, I like to call it infinity. So we have all those options on the back here. Also, pick bridge built into the back as well, so you can push one button and print straight from the camera. Now, what kind of media do you put into this? Let me turn it off. It's good to turn it off before you open up the side. And I'll show you what kind of media goes into this. Open up the side here. Now, in here you can see that I have two AA batteries. I recommend using some rechargeable ones, but it does come with AA. A lot of casual users really like the AA's because they do, especially with the rechargeable ones, if you pick up like a recharger kit, they do last a while, and you can pick them up anywhere. And then it uses SD. You can use SD or SDHC. This is a 2 gigabyte card. I've got that in there. It does not actually come with 2 gigabytes of storage. I don't think there's any cameras on the market that do. So be aware that there are a few things you always want to pick up whenever you're picking up a digital camera. That's a memory card. And always, the bigger the better. This does take the large SDHC and some batteries. And like I said, I'd really recommend taking a look at some of the rechargeable AA's. They're pretty inexpensive, and you'll be able to use them over and over again. Better for the environment. The rechargeable ones last a lot longer. And, hey, the rechargeable, you can use them over and over again. You don't have to keep buying batteries, so that's nice as well. One more thing I want to show you about the back of the camera here. Now, like I was telling you, we have some scene modes here. Now, when you turn it over to the scene modes, see we have portrait there. Now, portrait, I really recommend that you guys watch some of my moving away from the auto videos. But press the function button here. We can go through all the different scene modes. You can see there's all sorts of things. Night shots, we have portrait modes, we have sports modes, we have snow modes, we have all kinds of different modes here. But basically, play around with these. If you look through the scene modes, remember what there is, and say like, you know what? Oh, it's today. This is it's a snowy day, so try out snow mode and just see how different the pictures look. Because when you're in auto mode, that's sort of like it says, well, I'm just going to take the best shot. It's kind of a compromise because it doesn't really. I guess it doesn't really set the camera up for anything specific, but it does set it up to take a decent picture. So you'll get a decent picture. But if you play around with some of the scene modes, you might get a better picture because it changes the color, it changes the different settings in the camera, like the aperture and the f-stop and the shutter speed. So you have a lot to work with. Also, there's a movie mode as well with this camera. Now, the movie mode records 640 by 480 movies at 30 frames per second. Now you can change it to 320 by 240 if you want to save some space, and you can even bring it down to 15 frames a second. But it does allow you to get that nice full range of motion at 30 frames a second and 640 by 480 with audio, so that's nice as well. The Canon PowerShot A470, it's a great beginner camera, great second camera. And even if you're like a professional photographer, one of these would be a great inexpensive way to have like a camera on you at all times. Just throw one in the glove box. You'll never miss another UFO. I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the Canon PowerShot